Network with your host, Sean Myrie. Please subscribe and support all that good stuff. Yep, recent news. Puffy, we talked about this a couple times on this platform. Puff Daddy trial has begun officially. Things are coming out and we shall see the real, right? He's been fighting no matter what behind bars for the last couple of months. He's been fighting with his lawyer. But recently, some nasty work has been released, right, regarding his freak offs and all this stuff P Diddy Sean Combs is accused of. Well, the story is that he paid some escorts to piss or urinate in Cassie's mouth. That's what has came out. The shocking news. Can we call him P Diddy? You get it? But this is what came out. People are saying, or sources are saying, it was Cassie. Cassie is the one that recommended that they do that action happened. What's going to come out is like what I mentioned before in past broadcasts, that Cassie is a part of this whole thing. Cassie, she's a part of the whole thing. As much as you want to go on Puff Daddy, it's Cassie. Just because she's a female doesn't mean that she's innocent. She was with him for over 10 years at least. She knows his business dealings. She was with him. If she felt threatened like a hostage, well, you know what? There's the law enforcement to go to, which they're dealing with now. For over 10 years, she witnessed all these actions. She was a part of a lot of these actions, Cassie, with Puff Daddy. I don't know what you guys think, but a lot of people helped Puff Daddy do a lot of these things. A lot of the dirt's going to come out, and there's going to be more people probably involved in this case, if not prosecuted. Because it's not just Puff Daddy. Could not just be Puff Daddy or Sean Combs. Yes, he's rich, but people have to do help individuals like this of wealth, help them. So who helped Diddy do these freak offs, do all these actions, um, order these escorts? Who was helping P. Diddy? That is the story, because then the Cassie is coming out that she was the one who recommended the PP, right? Go down her throat from the escorts. So she was in these freak offs as well. We want to accuse Puff Daddy like he's the only party, but she was part of it, and probably other people. It's gonna come out. It's gonna be embarrassing for Cassie. Cassie herself, people had mentioned that she was witnessing Puff Daddy when he was abusing his girl ex-wife, Kim Porter, and she was like the mistress. So she was laughing. That's what people were saying. She used to make fun of it. So that means she was part of this whole thing with P. Diddy. Can't feel sorry for her. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Puff Daddy pay her off to be silent about that whole hotel thing? Didn't she get money for that? I'm kind of confused. You gotta let me know, because if she got money for that, NDA is non-disclosure agreement. Didn't she have an agreement not to say anything? How is she going to court right now and speaking against Puff Daddy? It's kind of confusing. She got money, I'm hearing. How she get $30 million for what? Or whatever $1 million. What did she get the money for? I'm kind of confused now that she's on. They could have, asked her or demanded her to go to trial, right, against Puffy. But this is looking kind of funny. This is looking funny. A lot of things are going to come out about this whole case. It's going to explode. A lot of things are going to come out, I'm telling you. People get ready. The names of celebrities are about to explode. People are getting scared. People are probably going to fly away to another country to hide because things are coming out. And Cassie, she is not innocent. So you got to look that up. She's not innocent. Remember, she was paid off to not speak. So why is she speaking now? Now it's coming out, like I mentioned earlier, that she was involved in the freak offs. She willingly participated to get pissed on or peed on by, these escorts. So she's guilty of that. If they want to criticize or allege that Puff Daddy is so guilty of all these stuff. It's gonna involve other people, and she's one. Now I want to know how the defense is gonna go against this, because the prosecutors are using her, I guess, as a witness. How are they gonna go against Puff Daddy in this if she was willingly participating in the freak offs? Are we gonna find out that Cassie was doing more freak offs and participating? How much was she in participation? Now, is she gonna lie that she wasn't participating? Now, if she lies now, it's gonna make Puff Daddy's case even stronger if she lies. Think of it. It's gonna make his case stronger if she lies. They're gonna dig and make the witnesses look. They ain't gonna look good. So if they have dirt on them, if they have dirt, it's gonna help P. Diddy. Cassie don't look too good because, okay, they have the video of her getting abused, right? But it took a while, if not a year, more than a year, for that to be released. So somebody paid off someone, aka Puff Daddy, and her and Cassie. I'm hearing she was paid off too. So correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. This is confusing. Who's getting paid? Like, she's getting paid off, and after then she's talking in court. It does not make no sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Does not make no sense at all, right? So the case is going along, and more people are going to be exposed. That's what I see. More people are going to be exposed in this whole case. More celebrities are going to be exposed. Remember, they were honoring Diddy's NDA at the party, saying that they're not going to release it because he has a legal document of NDAs. So people who attend in this freak offs, if they're celebrities, they will not get exposed. So they're honoring that. Remember that. People wanted to know the list, this whole list, what Diddy, what they claim Diddy has of big time celebrities. So some of the celebrities are probably scared right now that they might get exposed. Some of them, right? Will they? Will Cassie speak on other people besides Diddy? Because we know at these freak offs it's a party. Remember, it takes two to tango. We know it's more than one person. Remember that. We know it's more than one person. I got to tell the audience that, the people that. So, Cassie, is Cassie going to spill the tea on other people that were attending these freak offs? Right now, it's coming out that she was willingly participating. She could say she was scared. She was scared for her life. Now, she's going to have to bring up why was she scared, what she witnessed from P. Diddy, and it has to be truthful. Any lies, one little lie could help Puffy. One lie could help Puffy. So he already got off for a couple charges with that Busby lawyer, known as a crooked lawyer. So that's a whole bunch of charges. What was let go recently? A whole bunch of charges, right? So now, will Puffy's lawyers? I hear he has over 9 or 10 lawyers. Will they make Cassie look really guilty? Will he have to give up certain things, right? Because a lot of nasty work is coming out. What will she say? Is she taking the stand today? What more nasty work will come out? This is the biggest thing right now, overshadowing other stories on the internet right now. Sean P. Diddy Combs, are they going to charge him for threats, extortion, trafficking? That's all the stuff what came out in the beginning. Trafficking, right? Threats, saying that he allegedly blew up Kid Kuda's car because, he was talking to Cassie and stuff. Are they gonna? Is this gonna open up Pandora's box to Tupac and Biggie? Is this gonna lead to the Tupac and Biggie story, the case? We shall see. But so far, it's just Cassie right now, and Puffy. I'm hearing he's in court. He's praying on the Bible. He's doing all types of stuff. This should be very interesting. This might be the trial of the century, or what he's called the OJ trial. Nah, this one is going to take the cake because there's a lot of characters. This is like a movie. This is like one of those detective shows or those movies. You're going to see a lot of high profile celebrities be called up, be named. Um, there's a lot of situations because there's a lot of parties. Remember, Puffy did have a lot of parties and he was famous for that. So, what are we going to find out? What other celebrities are involved in these freak offs? Are they allowed to mention these celebrities? Are some of these celebrities, yeah, are they gonna really get exposed? Are they gonna go by Puffy's NDA? Are they really gonna honor that what he had at the parties for people to sign, or are they going to break that because of this whole case, right? This is a serious case Puffy's involved in. Trafficking, right? Extortion, and all types of stuff. But this freak offs is not illegal, I don't think. A freak off is illegal if people want to meet up and do all types of stuff. What's illegal is doing the trafficking, forcing people to do things. And so far, it sounds like Puffy did not force the escorts to piss or urinate in Cassie's mouth. It's mentioned that she wanted that, like she's a freak herself. No one's looking on it. People are looking at Puffy's the only freak. Maybe she's a freak herself. Maybe that's why he dealt with her because he knew she would go with the game. So people, yeah, you want to all point your fingers to the big dog, the big fish, Puffy, but you got to look on the people who are going along with this whole thing. If people know about Puffy, they say they claim they really know, right? So you about his situation, about his actions, so you are as guilty as Puffy. You are as guilty as Sean P. Diddy Combs if you know about all these things, what was going on. Clearly, a lot of these celebrities don't think they have done any wrongdoing at all. They clearly think that they have not done any wrongdoing. So it shall continue. Every day, new things are going to be coming up. Every day, you're going to hear all types of stories. It's going to get really interesting. A lot of people are going to be talking about this, like I mentioned. People are going to be joking about this whole piss stuff. It sounds like R. Kelly all over again, but even worse, like R. Kelly with the pissing all over the girls. This one, he is the escort pissing on his girl, but now Cassie is involved in this. People are saying that she willingly participated, wanted the escorts to piss on her. Is she gonna lie and say no? Because one of the witnesses mentioned she wanted this. Remember, one of the escorts mentioned she wanted this, not Puffy. She wanted them to piss on her. So she's a freak. And from the beginning, even though you saw that video, I never thought Cassie was fully innocent. Never thought, because the other people who are close to Puffy's ex are saying that she was involved in taunting whenever Puffy would basically abuse his ex-wife, that she was involved. She's the mistress. Don't forget, Cassie's the mistress. If Puffy's dirty, very dirty, and he was cheating on her, right? On his wife, Kim Porter. And she knew about this. Cassie knew about Puffy, what he was doing. She was okay dealing with a married man or a man, who have children. She was okay with that. Remember that. So that should be a sign, right? She was okay with that. So now she goes along with the freak offs. Now, if it's so bad, she's scared of Puffy. So over 10 years, you're dealing with P. Diddy. And now, after the video gets leaked, or they start talking about him, linking him with the with the Tupac stuff, now you come out because now he's against the ropes. His back's against the ropes. Now you come out ever since they tried to pin Puffy with this whole Tupac thing, right? It was coming up. Then we hear about this. We see this tape of her getting abused in the hallway, which was around for years. It was hidden, and he paid for it, Puffy. And she, right now, is not looking good because I thought he paid her off. I thought he gave her a whole bunch of money, millions of dollars, not to speak. How is she speaking? I don't understand. How is Cassie speaking? This is weird. She got paid off and now she's speaking. I guess she can't stop the court when they want to demand something. She cannot stop it, right? So we shall see what happens. Please subscribe, like, and comment to the platform. But we shall see. All these freak offs, we're going to get the inside scoop because Puffy is not the only man. Somebody had to help him, right? I mentioned it again. Even like R. Kelly's, a lot of people got away with that. These guys are wealthy. They don't have time to do everything. Obviously, someone was doing the books, someone was doing the ordering, somebody was helping organize these parties or organize this trafficking, organize this extortion. He's not going himself in the flesh and doing all of this stuff. So there should be more than Puffy. Puffy's a multi-millionaire, if not near a billionaire. And you're telling me only one person got incarcerated, and it's him. When they went after John Gotti and the mafia and other organizations, the head, it's not just the head they get the rest. You see a couple others going with them. With Puffy, you don't hear about nobody else. It's just Puffy. And that is bullshit. I'll be straight up. It's not just Puffy. There's more people who are involved in this entire situation. And it's bad because he's the most spotlight, most amplified individual. But it's not just Puffy. Who flies these people out? Who brought them? Did he force these people with a gun to their head to come to his house, to come to these parties? Did he force any of these people? Did he threaten any of these people, right? To come to his parties to do what he wants, right? Did he? I'm confused because all these people are adults, but when they couldn't get him fully with all these adult stuff, now they're talking about these underage thing. That's what they're getting him with now. That's how they get you. If they can't get you with the older people, now they're getting you with the underage stuff. So that's what they want to cook Puffy with, the underage people. That's the only thing they could get Puffy on is the underage stuff, right? The freak offs, people willingly participated. That's what's coming out. But they get him on anything else? They're trying to do this trafficking stuff. They're trying to do this extortion stuff. They're trying to do this drug stuff. But all those other stuff, we don't hear about it. I don't. It's not clear. Those other charges are not clear. All they just focus on is these freak offs. We're not hearing about the other stuff, the extortion, the threats, all those other things. And Cassie, to me, is involved in some of these things, right? She took the money and now she's talking against Puffy. I'm confused. Now it's coming out that she participated, like, for example, she wanted the PP. She wanted the PP from the escorts. It wasn't Puffy, right? That's what the escort mentioned in court. And if the escort's lying, they can go to prison. Remember that. If the escort is lying, they can go to prison. So if you want to say maybe Puffy paid off this escort not to speak, whatever. But either way, it's a threat to them. If they lie, they could get incarcerated too. And this individual mentioned recently that Cassie willingly wanted that request of PP in her mouth, right? So, besides Cassie, let's see who else will come up in this whole court battle. Is going to go for a long time because there's so much characters, so much individuals, so much lawyers. Man, he is spending millions on his defense against basically the government and other people, right? So we shall see the ending result, what's going to happen. The only thing they could get Puffy on, my opinion, is being with someone who's underage. I think that's the only big kicker, and maybe drugs if they could find that. So far, they haven't elaborated on drugs. This trafficking, they haven't elaborated really on that. Weapons, they found weapons. They haven't talked about that either. Most of the time, they're just talking about these freak offs, which people they came together willingly and they're adults and they were doing things with each other. No one was threatened, and if they were threatened they would come forward because there was an NDA was at these parties not to speak. So now the law is honoring that for Puffy. I'm kind of confused. Now you're honoring that for Puffy because by law you cannot mention these celebrities because he made them sign an NDA. So look on that now. It's kind of twisted, man. It's kind of weird. Now they're going to honor that, but they still want him locked up. So if you cannot get a lot of witnesses to speak, how are you going to lock him up? because so far a lot of the witnesses are not credible. A lot of the witnesses so far are not credible, right? Including the main witness you brought up, Cassie, who they're saying was involved in these freak offs. She's not credible. So who is credible? So far, the lawyer who Busby, who had a client or a couple of clients, over 100, that was all thrown out because they're trying to accuse Jay-Z. They're trying to accuse Jay-Z, and Jay-Z called out that lawyer, and everything got dropped, including Puffy's cases, a whole bunch of them. So now the main witness, Cassie Ventura, right? She is the witness to take down Puffy? No, man. Doesn't sound good. Because even people who supported Puffy's ex are claiming Cassie's not no angel. So people, you be the judge of that, right? So subscribe, people. Subscribe, and support the network. We got more news coming. I guarantee there'll be a lot more Puffy news coming out. A lot of Puffy news is going to be coming out every day. This is going to take over the headlines. Nothing is going to be big like this because it's celebrities, man. He was playing with celebrities. But playing with celebrities, doing freak offs, is that a crime? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that a crime? Doing freak offs? That's like swinging, right? But it's a crime if you force people, if you're forcing people to do something against their will. And so far, nobody else who we know of has come forward. All these people, they're hiding their identity, right? And everybody all of a sudden is abused by Puffy. Everybody's abused by Puffy. But all these people are hiding their identity because they want money. They want the cash. They don't want to be embarrassed and stuff, right? But if you're real, you come forward. Hopefully, this judge makes a lot of the victims come forward. You're not underage, right? You're a big adult that's claiming Puffy abused you. So let's see you all come forward. It will be interesting. But so far, that witness, what they claim, Cassie, yeah, the only thing they got on Puffy is that videotape. That's the only thing, and that doesn't prove, that just proves he's an abuser. That just proves he's an abuser of women. That's what it proves. But Cassie now, for that situation, got a payoff. But that video just proves he's an abuser. Does it prove that he's a trafficker? Does it prove that he's extorting? Does it prove all these other stuff, what people are talking about? Does it prove any of that? No, right? He's been locked up for over a year right now, and now is the time. Like I said, the FBI, they don't joke. They make sure they cross their I's and their T's, and they're very confident about certain things. But a lot of the witnesses, nah, man, they're not even strong enough to fight against Puffy. No, there's no strong witness. They want to get Puffy with this underage stuff, and all these. That's what they want to get Puffy with, sleeping with underage people. All right. But so far, they don't have any strong witness. There's no strong witness for it. Not one strong witness they have. So good luck to prosecuting Puffy. I was saying he's going to come out. Some people think I'm crazy. I think Puffy will get off this case. The only way you're going to get Puffy is to put him on with a M, a serious M, meaning, take unaliving somebody. I think Puffy's going to get off this case. I don't think he's going to be charged fully with all these things, all these allegations. I don't think so. You guys decide and like and comment with your opinions. My opinion, he's going to get off. But bless up and please subscribe. This is the Down to Earth Network, Down to Earth podcast. Your host, Sean Meyer.